Welcome to Navigating Perception and Reality. I'm Aaliyah Bordeaux, and here we're getting real about how the world shapes the way we see ourselves and how we shape it right back. Through personal stories, interviews, and self-commentary, this podcast will be covering a variety of different topics. So as we dive into this episode, I leave you with one question. Are you living your reality or someone else's perception of it? Let's get started.
If you learn how to harness your thoughts, you can control your reality and morph it into the life that you want to live. Visualization is the way to commit your actions to what you want and to discipline yourself. The simple sentence, I love you, can spark so much growth within and so much trust within yourself. My parents always encouraged self-love within the most rawest, authentic version of who you are.
Welcome to the next episode of Navigating Perception and Reality. I'm your host, Aaliyah Bordeaux, and today is a very special episode because I have my first interview. Today's episode is all about confidence and identity. Stay tuned, and I can't wait. So we're going to go straight into it. I'm not going to talk too long. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi y'all, my name is Jinde Ziga Ashanti. I attend the University of North Texas and I'm a business economics student. A fun fact about me is I have a small business.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Can you tell me why you started it? Like, why did you want to start a hair care brand?
So, growing up, I was raised in a very natural and holistic environment. My parents were very adamant on learning how to care for themselves and nourish their bodies in very organic ways. So, I was raised around products like shea butter, grapeseed oil, all types of essential oils, and my mom often used shea butter on our hair when she styled our locks growing up. So I was very familiar with making the process of making your own products and having organic ingredients in them. And when I got to college, I really wanted to start a side hustle that would generate a different stream of income just to cover for college expenses, but I also wanted it to be a reflection of me and for me to be able to make an impact in my community. So I had already had my own shea butter blend that I would use on my hair regularly, and I decided I would just create my own formula that I'd be able to sell to students on campus and market online.
So, have you felt any pressure to conform to any beauty standards in college?
Well, I'd say for one, I think it was my upbringing that gave me a strong sense of self. My parents always encouraged self love within the most rawest, authentic version of who you are. And I grew up having locks, and my mom and dad always made sure to tell me that I was beautiful in my locks and to embrace them, embrace my natural hair. And throughout high school, I went to an all girls school and it was predominantly black and Mexican. And I was just surrounded by a bunch of people that looked like me, a bunch of people that were so comfortable in who they were, and they embraced their culture and their natural hair, their natural selves. So coming to college, even though I was faced with like learning about different hairstyles, or just like I experienced like different people who looked like me but showed up to the world with a different sense of style. I never felt threatened in my own line of confidence to feel like I needed to change that or conform to what I thought was the beauty standard or the norm.
Well, thank you so much. I think that's beautiful. I think it's beautiful because I feel like every black girl, every black woman has their own unique story coming up. Like when it comes to their natural hair and embracing it, there's a lot of turmoil, trials, and tribulations for sure. But again, I think that's beautiful. All right, so how has your college experience differed from like you growing up? Like what are some things if you that you've experienced in college that are completely different or that you didn't really expect?
Well, the transition from high school to college in general was huge for me because I was just never used to being in an environment with so many different people and different faces and different energies. I was raised from kindergarten through seventh grade. I was
Mhm.
homeschooled, and then my parents sent me to an all girls school, which I had a graduating class of 49 students. So I've always been used to being either by myself or in small social circles. So I think coming to college, it was a culture shock to be in like a co-ed environment and also be around children, or not children, but students who were also from different school types. So they had different social skills or social norms.
So, were there any pivotal moments in your journey that made you feel empowered, made you feel more safe and more confident in your own skin? And when I say journey, I mean like in college, it can be in your life in general.
Yeah. So I guess I definitely have to say the most pivotal moment in my self-care journey was, or just my journey like of just expanding myself, my sense of self, was starting Mahari Naturals, because I felt like it was something that compounded into every interest I had. It was continuing my parents' like beliefs in living a holistic and more natural life, and continuing my studies in the business school. I mean, for a small increment of time before I started, I had my doubts about being in the business school because I felt like it was a lot, the work was a lot, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with that type of degree. But when I launched Mahari Naturals, to start another stream of income, I realized studying business would help me maximize profits, help me learn how to be a better networker, and help me understand the fundamentals of running a business to make it as profitable as possible. So it came to a point where I was just making sure that I was implementing what I was learning in the business school, applying that to my business really helped me feel most comfortable in all of my decisions and my beliefs and my thought processes around my responsibilities. So, yeah.
For sure. Yes, ma'am. I love that. I love that so much. And I think when it comes to changing your major or changing your focus in college, it can be so scary. Like it can be so scary. And the thing is, I've stuck with my major throughout, but I've definitely have like friends in college that changed their major because of just different circumstances and different paths that they wanted to take. But like again, it can be scary, but I think it's the right decision, especially when you know and you have a vision of like what you want to see in your life. So,
Yes. Visualization is key. Visualization is the way to commit your actions to what you want and to discipline yourself on a path where you are able to see what you want out of your future and receive what you want out of your future. So, yeah.
yes, yes, ma'am. Okay, so what advice what advice can you give to someone that's struggling with confidence or having some kind of imposter syndrome in college?
I think this is a really good question because it's not talked about enough about college is such a big transition, and you're really trying to find who you are. Not only who you are, you're trying to find the right career, you're trying to do your best and achieve as much as possible. And there's always going to be a moment where you have that voice in your head saying this is not for you, you're not strong enough, or you're not good enough, or even you're not pretty enough. And the best way to combat that is to start practicing positive affirmations towards yourself. The simple sentence "I love you" can spark so much growth within and so much trust within yourself, and can send you on amazing can send you really good positive feelings to comfort you in that that moment of anxiety where you feel like you're not good enough, or even that time before an interview, or that time that moment before your first shift at your job, which is when feelings of imposter syndrome can often occur. Saying I love you just to yourself in the mirror, or just as a whisper, that's what can give you strength. That's what gives me strength, at least.
Most definitely. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Affirmations are like key. Not only is it like manifestation, but also if you're filling your mind with positive thoughts, that's all you're going to think. Our brain is so powerful. That's something that I've been learning about a lot recently, the power of our brain and how we have the power to literally completely switch how we think about things and what we think about
Yes.
and what we focus on like every day.
Yes.
Seriously.
That's actually been an interest of mine too. I just finished this book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and it teaches you about the our ability to control our realities with our thoughts. So the thoughts that circulate through your head on a daily basis are a reflection of your reality. And basically, if you learn how to harness your thoughts, you can control your reality and morph it into the life that you want to live. But it takes so much positive affirmation, so much manifestation and challenging your subconscious beliefs that limit you. But it's so amazing that this exists, and honestly, people need to learn more about it.
For sure. I 100% agree. If you could go back and talk to your younger self, what would you say?
If I could go back and talk to my younger self, little Jinde, first of all, I would hug her, even though that's not a conversation. I would hug her and I would say, "You are intelligent, you are smart, you are strong, you are beautiful, and you're going to get everything that you work your butt off for. So just stay strong and be still." And yeah.
Most definitely. Being still is so important too. We have to be content with life, even though like God is going to throw those trials and tribulations. He's gonna throw them out there for sure. But being content and being okay with like knowing that we are where we are supposed to be is 100% the best way to stay mentally sane in this world, honestly. And so that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, just knowing it, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. That is something that gives you faith and it gives you confidence. And I am so for that. I'm so for making that a recognition.
Yes, of course. What is one word that you can say to sum up your hair journey?
Patience, 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 patience. I've always been really, really giddy about just learning whatever I need to learn to get to the next phase and like hair health. I love to like do deep dives on YouTube looking at other girls like hair growth journeys and what they used in their regimen on a daily basis. And for a while I've been wearing my hair natural. For a good 6 months I didn't put in twists or braids just because I wanted to see how my natural hair would look on a daily basis going through like work and school. But I realized that it was too much tension on my hair, like putting it in styles all the time, and my hair wasn't breaking off, but it wasn't growing. And so now I'm just going to have to go on this journey where I'm wearing twists. Gonna wear twists for the throughout the year and just let it grow and be patient and just oil my scalp. So I'd say patience.
Those twists are eating. So yeah, you definitely wear them. They're so cute.
Thank you so much.
Well, that is the towards the end of our podcast, our talk today. So how can people connect with you? How can people know who you are?
Definitely through my Instagram page, Mahari Naturals. If you ever need hair care tips, feel free to shoot me a DM. I haven't been posting as much because I'm focused on school this semester, but I'm definitely still selling products. I'm still open for business. I still market as much as I can in person. So if you want to connect with me through Instagram, you have any questions about my hair care product line or what products you should use in your hair care routine, feel free to hit me up on Mahari Naturals, which is MAHARINATURALS.
Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for coming and being my first interview, my first guest on this podcast. And I'm so excited to see where this goes. The next episodes are going to be amazing. I have some more great interviews lined up, and so stay tuned for that. And remember to have a great day and stay blessed. Bye.